So I asked ChatGPT, how can I market to help people? Like how can I get the attention of all these failing ICT traders to pay attention to what I have to say? Because and the Claude and ChatGPT agree with me that what I'm trying to help them with is beneficial to them, like to the extreme, but they won't pay attention, they won't listen because um it's almost like ICT has become an identity. It's fucking weird. But look, if you don't understand a daily or the value of a candle or a price or anything, then you're never gonna get anywhere. There's no step one, step two, step three, and that's it doesn't work like that. Look, I'm just gonna show you the last 10 days of US session with all this on the chart, okay? With this system and how it can help you, and even with trading ICT or any system, how the confluence will help you. Okay, so I'm just going to go through it real quick. So here's 9:30, right? We break down, and now I like Heikin-Ashi candles. I don't know what you like, but I like Heikin-Ashi candles. You can use whatever candle you want, doesn't matter. But this right here is the daily candle that's turned into this zone right here. It started at 6 p.m. It's going to happen every single day, right? And then we have the other zones right here. These are 4 hours for ES and NQ. Anyways, watch. We come into US session. We break down, we push back up without even thinking. You can just go, you know what? We broke back up over the daily zone and we're bullish. We're above our the opening range for the day. All right, click. My stop goes below the zone here. I target a 2-to-1 right there. Okay, and then there's a win. So that's on Friday. That was today. Look how simple that was. You literally waited, price come down in the zone and came back out of the zone, and you just entered. Stop goes under the zone, 2-to-1, and you set your risk based on whatever your risk is going to be. Right now, let's go to the previous day. Now, our orb is above us. Our zone is below us. So we do nothing. This is a no trade zone, no trade zone, no trade zone, no trade zones. Price breaks down. Zone turns red as it breaks through it. Cool. If you did as simple as this, click. As soon as that happened, click, stop at the top of the zone and target a 2-to-1. There you go. That was Thursday. Let's move on to where's Wednesday? Wednesday, we come into 9:30. We're above the orb. We break down in the zone. We come back up through the zone. All right, hold on. Let's click the button. So you would get in there about right here. Come on. And then we would put our stop below the zone, and then we would target a 2-to-1, maybe even higher, whatever. We're just doing 2-to-1s for now. There you go. So that's Wednesday. And then, okay, Tuesday, we come into US session. We're inside the orb. We're below the zone. We're not taking any trades. Now this breaks up and we push. We get into the trade and we try to get a 2-to-1 and we don't. We actually lose that trade. It breaks back down. This actually turns red right here at 11 a.m. We say, okay, you know what? We'll try one more time. So we get into a trade. Our stop goes at the top of the daily zone. Then we target a 2-to-1 or whatever, maybe even go a little longer to cover the loss. There you go. There's the win. All right. Now the previous day, which is Monday. So Monday is a no trade day. We're inside the orb. We're inside the daily zone, everything. We didn't take any trades on Monday. This is Friday, the week before, or last week. Okay, so we break up and come into the zone. We dump into the zone at 9:30. We break out of the zone. We get into a trade, right? So we click the button here. We put our stop here, and we target 2-to-1. There you go. Friday wins. Thursday, what do we got going on? Thursday, we are no zone, no trade, no trade, no trade. We break up through the zone. So we take the trade. Our stop goes below the zone. You target a 2-to-1. There you go. You won on Wednesday or on last Thursday as well. And then, okay, so this is Wednesday. Yep. All right. So we come in, we break down into the zone. We come back out of the zone. We get into the trade. Our stop goes below the daily zone. We target a 2-to-1. There you go. You won. All right. What day was that? Wednesday. All right. Now let's go to Tuesday. All right. Tuesday, we didn't come into the zone. Less advanced traders might not take a trade, But me, I'm going to see this pull back into the NQ 4-hour and the ES 4-hour right here. I'm going to take that trade when it rejects it. All right, so there's my trade right there, and there's your 2-to-1. The zone's right here. Enter there. Tuesday. Where's Monday? Here's Monday. Monday there was no trade. Well, I guess you could have, but I mean, let me see. Hold on. Up, in, down. Okay, technically it's green, but we're in the orb. I just wouldn't trade it. So there's no trade Monday. Here's Friday, the week before. How many days was that? That's 10 days. So for the last 10 days, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 loss, 5 and 1, 6, 7, 8, 8. So two days you didn't trade. You had 8 wins and 1 loss. And all you did was trade the daily FLB. This thing's patent pending. And if you want to use it, if you want to check it out, go to our website, firstlightbeacon.com, and I will personally guide you into how to use it. Have a good day.